Hi, I'm Tony Rabaiotti. I'm the Regional Head of Local Government for Unison in the West Midlands, and I also have responsibility for working across all of the service groups. Well, everyone will have seen the comments of Steve Bundred from the Audit Commission of late regarding public sector pay. So for public sector workers, we're entering a difficult time, and the real question is, how do we approach it? Clearly, from Unison's point of view, the organisation of the union is the important thing. We have to work tightly and we have to work together. And most important of all, we have to work across service groups, whether we're in local government, health, police, higher education, transport or the environment. We must all work together. But that's only the beginning of it, because we know that during the last couple of years, when we've taken action in relation to pay or pensions, or indeed in relation to equal pay, those pieces of action have been very good sometimes and not so good on other times. They've been well organised sometimes, not so well organised other times. So we have to get a standard for this. Well, the good news is that a start has been made on that. In Brighton, just a couple of weeks ago, the local government conference passed what was a composite which encompassed future pay negotiations and gave us a realistic and progressive centre-left strategy for taking discussions forward on pay in the next few years. As I sit here today, the employers are not coming back to us in relation to pay. They made a series of excuses. They've said they needed to wait till the local elections were out of the way. Well, those were 2 months ago now. They've said they've needed to wait for a new chair of the Local Government Association of the employers' side to be elected. Well, how long does that take? But still they're not coming back to us. So we're in a difficulty for pay for the current year. We're in difficulty for pay last year. But the motion that was passed at local government conference gives us a way forward for pay in future years, for tight negotiation, for tight working together, and for action to be taken and organisation to be taken across various occupational service groups, and ultimately, hopefully, in future years across the public sector. There's another thing which ties into this, which also came about in Brighton a couple of weeks ago, but this time at National Delegate Conference, where the Structures Review was passed. In Unison we spend a lot of time looking at our internal structures, perhaps too much time. But what the Structures Review has done, and what the vote gives us in relation to the Structures Review, is a more sensible internal option in terms of taking matters forward. And we know in the new structures we're going to be looking at occupational groupings, whether you're in local government, whether you're in health, whether you're in education or in criminal justice. We'll be looking at working together within occupational groupings and across service groups. So it's absolutely vital that we tie together all of the service group workings, and where there are common interests, that we work across service groups wherever it is in the union that we fit in. In the autumn, in Unison in the West Midlands, we'll be having a cross-service group one-day conference on all aspects of privatisation. This will include procurement, whether in health or local government. It will include efficiency in local government, and it will include cross-boundary working in health, the police, and local government and elsewhere. The date for this conference will be announced shortly, as will the venue, although it will be somewhere in central Birmingham, and we're hoping that delegates from all branches, that's all branches in the region, will be able to attend. Thank you for listening.